Good morning. This is a video response to Vlogger Cat on her video Men. And just got done watching that video. It was a very good video. It gave me a lot of perspective on how a woman's mind thinks on different things related to things that men do. And I just thought it would be interesting if I did a video on a man's perspective of things. And basically this video is just to give a woman kind of like an inroad to how a man's mind thinks on different things. In other words, when you're involved in a relationship, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or a husband and a wife, sometimes don't talk. But two strangers will talk. They'll spell out everything. And that's exactly what she did in her video and what I'm doing in my video. In other words, we're telling it as it is, the way that we think. This is the impression that we get when these situations occur. Now, Vlogger Cat and I are what you would call YouTube acquaintances. Now, YouTube loves using the word friend. Okay, a friend is somebody that comes up to your door and goes at least 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe 2 or 3 times a month if they don't know you that well, but that's a friend. A friend's going to have you over for dinner all the time. Okay, acquaintance is somebody where you have friendly exchange over the internet, maybe just through the phone. You don't know the person well enough to go to their house or them to yours. But you like this person, and you're friendly with this person, and they return the favor, and you know they're friendly to you, and there's never an ill word between the two of you. That's an acquaintance. So I like using the word YouTube acquaintances, and that's what Vlogger Cat and I are. On a man's perspective, there are some different things. First, I want to address what she was talking about on the roadmap issue. Now, the big thing about a man saying he's never lost, well, men do get lost, but here's the key point in this. Men are adventurous. We like to get lost. In other words, if you were to take me and put me in a country that does not speak English, that I've never been in before, my first words to you would be, thank you. I would love to just be able to go out and not know where I'm at, not be able to talk to anybody in my language, and try to figure out how to get back to civilization. Okay, and men love to do this. So if we're lost, we're not going to admit we're lost. We're just like, yeah, this is cool. I don't know where I'm at, but I know I'm going to make it through. I know I'm going to make it to the finish line. Where the woman might think a little bit differently and like, ooh, this is a little risky, you know, and when the two are together in a car, she might be like, well, let's hurry up and get to where we're going to. I don't like this surrounding. Where a man is like, ah, man, this is nice. Don't know where I'm at. Do I turn left? Do I turn right? You know, we just want to figure out the puzzle. Is what we want to do. Here's another big thing that comes up between men and women. It's called the toilet seat. Now, a lot of women have told me in the past, please put down the toilet seat. Now, in some men, this is a case of laziness. A lot of men, they just go into the bathroom, they put up the toilet seat, do what they got to do, flush the toilet, and then leave. Excuse me. But there are some men that play the role of the sweetie, and they wipe the seedy when they sprinkle, when they tinkle. And what they are doing by leaving the toilet seat up is they are saying, look at this. It's clean. I cleaned it up. There is no bacteria that's going to harm you when you go in there. And a lot of men look at it as, you know, they don't want to see bacteria or sprinkling all over the bottom of the toilet seat after they go. In other words, if they're just following themselves into the restroom, they want it to be clean too. And with that seat up, they can see that bottom part is clean. It's been wiped off. It's all good. And they leave the toilet seat up so they can show other people, like, it's safe to go here. Where if the seat was down and a woman were to walk in, how do you know what's underneath? It could be very gross underneath. So my recommendation to a woman would be, if your man does put down the seat for you, what you should do is, before you use that bathroom, lift the seat up and make sure that it's clean before you sit on it. Because there are a lot of men that do the right thing, and they're just showing you they're doing the right thing. Number 3, don't assume that men will not help you and we won't do housework, because a lot of us will. Now, I live by myself. I do my own laundry. I do my own dishes. I clean my own apartment. Now, I'm what you call a pack rat. There's a difference between a pack rat and a hoarder. A hoarder is somebody that gets everything. They won't throw away a McDonald's bag. Okay, a pack rat is something, or somebody I should say, that they'll collect a hat, and then they got to have another hat, and then they got to have, and then they have a hat collection. I have 300 hats in this apartment, but they're all clean, they're all very tidy, they're all very neat condition. I love things that are neat, but I like a busy-looking apartment. I mean, you can look around me, I got some bobblehead dolls sitting right over here. I probably have maybe a dozen of those. And we like our little collections. But a man will clean up. There are some lazy ones out there, I will admit that. But men will clean up, especially the ones that have their own places. They like keeping their place looking good. And they might not deep clean as well as a woman does, but if they are willing to help, show them how to deep clean. And they might be like, yeah, you're right. I didn't even know that. So now that you've shown them how to deep clean something, they're going to deep clean it for you. And that's going to provide a lot of help. I'm one of those guys. I like to keep my apartment clean. Busy? Yes. But clean. And if I have to be in a situation where I'm going to help somebody out, I love to jump in and help somebody out and be helpful. But, you know, I wasn't trained in housework. I just kind of picked it up on my own because I like things looking neat. So those are my tips on men. And I hope you enjoyed it. This was not a video that was arguing any points that women would come out with. It's just a little trip into a man's mind and how a man thinks. And that way you might be able to deal with a man easier because you're knowing how he thinks. Because me, I kind of like opened my mouth and spilled out everything that was in there. Actually, I didn't spill out what was in my mouth. I spilled out what was in my mind. Well, anyhow, thank you for allowing me to bore you. And have a great day. Bye.